Hello, and welcome to Anatomy of Marriage Mornings. I'm your host, Melanie Studley.
Good morning, my name is Seth Studley, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and today is day 71 of the Infinity Day Marriage Morning Podcast Challenge.
Our topic today is admit when you're wrong, or admit when you are wrong.
Yeah.
And we are on day 71, and if you're new here, welcome. Our show is brought to you by the Ultimate Intimacy app. Go to ultimateintimacy.com to learn more about that. It's an amazing app.
It really is, and we are happy to work with them because they are awesome.
Yeah.
Ultimate Intimacy app.
Okay. And but like I was saying, if you're new, welcome. We have over 100 episodes on all sorts of different marriage topics, and we're here to help y'all. So Check those out. We do 4 things every marriage morning. We do a prayer, we do past gratitude, future hope, and a goal. So do you want to pray?
Yes, I will pray. Thank you, Creator God, for your blessings. Thank you for all that you have done for us and the wisdom and people you've put in our lives. I pray that this podcast is helpful. Thank you for teaching us lessons, and thank you for allowing our hearts to even be open to them halfway. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Right. And we encourage everyone who is listening to this podcast to do these things with your partner. We don't just do them because we're weirdos. We do these marriage mornings because they help. They are changing our marriage, and it's exciting to see, and we want to see that for you. So join us. Past gratitude. Oh, I had one. I'm thankful that you played fun soccer stuff in the backyard. We all played as a family last night, and we put our studio lights up in the backyard so we could see.
Well, that's what I'm thankful for, because you went and got the studio lights. It was like 8:30, and it was dark in the backyard. But we got the lights that you're seeing right there and lit up the backyard and kicked the soccer ball around and threw the frisbee and kind of tackled each other. I hyperextended my knee and fell to the ground like an old man,
it was
which
very
is not
funny.
cool.
But I'm just thankful that you were doing that, and you're thankful that I'm doing that. My future hope is that today goes great. We've got a good call going today that we've got to do. We've got filming we're doing.
I forgot.
There's lots of great stuff, so I just hope it goes well.
Yep, my future hope is to do good on those things, to work as a team with you, and that's also a goal. We're both tripping up on our words.
My goal is to get work done as always.
Okay, so today, this topic comes from something that happened yesterday, and I titled it, Use Interventions and Admit When You're Wrong. Hey, Nixon. Shut the door, buddy. And, okay, so yesterday, me and Melanie had an argument. The day was good. It's been going good for days and stuff, and I just got triggered, and it was weird. I said hurtful things to Melanie that hurt her feelings because of the words that I said and just the tone and the things. Guess what? I used words like always and never and stuff that we talk about, you're not supposed to use those things. But I did, and it made her cry. And I was kind of annoyed and irritated and overwhelmed. But I had to take Hattie to practice, so we separated. I think that was helpful. We didn't just kind of pursue distance one another and just want to figure it out. I had to take Hattie to gymnastics and driving. I was thinking about it the whole time. Then I went and sat in my car when she was in the gym and did a talking intervention.
So let me stop there. So Seth used a voice memo, which is actually an intervention that we created for each other years ago now, actually, where you speak into your phone or whatever and record your thoughts and feelings. So I just we have an episode about that. So
the reason that worked is because it slowed me down. I was removed from the situation, and I could hear my own voice talk, right? And I wanted to do something different in that, because the previous day's podcast was I don't know, what was the title? Do something different.
Well, yesterday's episode was, can we do this differently?
Can we do this differently, right? So luckily I was in a mindset. I was still kind of annoyed and irritated. I was like, what is this? Why is this going on? Blah, blah, blah. And as a therapist, I'm trying to see the anatomy of this argument, and I came up with this thing. Melanie also emailed me after I did before I did the voice intervention, and we kind of we're doing interventions simultaneously without knowing each other that we did it. And she sent me an email, and I read it, and at the end of it says, after you read this, stop and just pray, right? And then read it again and then pray again. I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm not super, I don't want to do this, but mildly. And I did it. I read the email and prayed and then read it again. And the second time that I read it, I literally read it differently. So thank you for having the wisdom and insight to kind of help me through that. And then I called her and was just like, listen, I am sorry. I know that what I said hurt your feelings because what I said was hurtful. and blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was just like, legit, I am 100% sorry. So I didn't have anything to stand on, and it worked, right? So I was thinking of stress went to a trigger. So stress was like, I had a lot of meetings and stuff yesterday, but I wasn't like really stressed, but it was kind of like under the surface. So stress equals a trigger when I got home. And then I was irritated, and then I said my words were hurtful to Melanie, and then that, kind of arrowed, went to an argument, and then I went to getting flooded, and then I was like, this is not cool, and then I removed myself, luckily because of gymnastics, and then I thought of interventions, got calm after those interventions, and then I was able to kind of deflood myself, regulate, or just be regulated, and then truly apologize. And then later, when I came back from gymnastics, we came back together. Just like, we didn't even hug or do anything. It was just like an understanding of, I'm sorry, I was an idiot, I was a jerk, and you kind of accepted the apology, right? So I guess I just wanted to talk about this because it was in real time. It was literally less than 24 hours ago. And we worked through it, right? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't as complicated as other arguments, but I know that this argument came from family of origin. I think one of my triggers were, and this is weird, and I know tons of you probably were raised in this family, like we call them a dry drunk, kind of parents of alcoholics, I guess, but who were
you mean children of alcoholics?
Children of alcoholics who got sober, but some of the mental health stuff never got right and stuff. So I was always like having to check in with my parents about like, who's pissed, who's mad, what's up, because I was like looking to see if things were okay,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why I do that to you, like, hey, are you okay? What's up? And then I feel like, okay, then the pressure is off for kind of thing. So that was definitely a family of origin trigger, which it's just a thing. It's something to be aware of. It's something to work on constantly and be willing to work on.
Yeah.
So what do you think about all that? I've been talking forever.
I just think it was really powerful in the sense yesterday when, like we said, Seth came home, but then like immediately had to turn around and go take Hattie to gymnastics. But before that, I was just quiet folding the laundry, and he acted like I had, flipped him a bird or whatever. He was just really weirdly mad about me not smiling, and it was very hurtful. And like he said hurtful things, and then he had to leave. Mm-hmm. And so I immediately got on my computer and wrote an email, and I'm like, this is not okay. Like, mm-hmm. You can't come in, treat me this way, not see that this pattern is going against like literally what we said that morning on mm-hmm. marriage morning. Like, do this differently. Mm-hmm. If you feel hurt, don't do the same thing you've always done. Mm-hmm. Don't, immediately tell me I'm bad. Don't immediately like make a stupid face at me like I'm some sort of idiot, because that's what he did. Mm-hmm. And so it was really powerful to reach into our own bag of resources, right, and pull out several tools. Mm-hmm. And like, we used prayer, we used voice memos, mm-hmm. and we did it differently than we normally had. And it actually worked. And it was right. like shocking. What does it say? I gotta check in.
Brett, I can relate. Yeah, you need to check in.
Yes.
That's really true. Okay. Yes, I think. Sorry. Oh, man. Thank you for the comment. I just want to speak to exactly what you're talking about and do a whole 30-minute podcast about it. But I don't want anybody to listen. This kind of makes me mad, I guess, and maybe it's like, sometimes, because we've gotten emails and stuff about like, Melanie just always kind of gangs up on Seth, or like, vice versa and kind of thing. And I know that people are defensive and want to defend, but I would like for you guys
just talk.
You to check yourself about that. It's like, I really did wrong this time. So it's not like Melanie ganging up on me and saying, hey, you did this wrong, you're stupid. It's like, no, I was literally at fault. The car crash was my fault. I pulled out in front of somebody, or I rear-ended somebody. Hey, Rochelle. You're welcome. And,
but yeah, anyway,
sorry,
we love you guys. Go to ultimateintimacy.com and check out that app. They brought today's episode to you.
That's right.
Thank you for being with us. If you enjoy this podcast, please rate it and review it, and on iTunes, and share it with your friends.
That's right.
We have got to wrap up this morning's episode, but we absolutely love these mornings.
I want to talk to you guys more. Sorry, Brad. Sorry,
please
Michelle.
Send us a message, and we'll talk about that for our next marriage morning.
Yeah.
So have a great and amazing day. Bye.
Peace out.